Hello and welcome to this new video. This week we are going to discuss the difference between some adjectives which are formed with the gerund or the past participle of certain verbs. Okay, this rule can be applied to many verbs, not to all of them, but to many of them. You can use it at your own discretion. Okay. All right, so first, the difference between the gerund ing is and the past participle is that the ing form is used to describe something or someone, whereas the past participle is used to describe how you feel about something or someone. Okay, so this is when we use the ed, we are describing an emotional state of being, un estado de ánimo, a state of being. Okay, and when we use the ing is a general description, like a quality of the thing or the person. Okay, so ing description, ed feeling. Okay, this is the general idea. Okay, and we are going to see it in different verbs, like I watched an interesting TV show, oh, this film is boring, I am interested, or I am bored. Okay, we're going to see it with different adjectives. Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to reply to these questions with a full answer. Okay, repeating everything, because you are going to assimilate the meaning and also the structure more by the repetition than anything else. Okay, so if I say, were you really bored during the flight? You're going to reply, yes, I was really bored during the flight. Or you may say, no, I wasn't bored during the flight. Whatever you want to say, but just reply after me so you repeat the whole sentence. Okay? Was it a boring flight? Were you talking to a very boring guy at the party? Is that book more boring than this one? Were you bored on the 24-hour flight to Australia? Were the students bored as the teacher talked and talked? Are you interested in history? Did she read a really interesting book about history? Is she a really interesting woman? Do you think Dr. Smith's lesson was more interesting than Dr. Brown's? Do you think this is the most interesting exercise you've done today? Frightened, asustado, okay? Asustado o que asusta, if we use frightening. Is Jimmy frightened of spiders? Do many people find spiders frightening? Is your math teacher at school really frightening? He's always shouting at the students. Were you more frightened of dogs than spiders when you were a child? Is Scream the most frightening film that you've ever seen? Were you frightened of bees when you were little? Alarming, alarmed. Alarmante o que estás alarmado, que tienes asustado, ¿no? Did you hear an alarming noise? Were you alarmed by the loud bang on the door? Wasn't that TV program really amusing? Was he amused to hear his little song singing in the bath? Did you find these instructions very confusing? Were you confused when they gave you contradictory answers? Isn't this weather depressing? Did she stay at home with hot chocolate and a good book because she was feeling depressed? Isn't this the most embarrassing photo? Was John really embarrassed when he fell over in front of his new girlfriend? Isn't it a really exciting book? Are you excited to go on holiday tomorrow? Yes, I'm very excited to go on holiday tomorrow. Do you find doing housework exhausting? Was Julie so exhausted after her exams that she spent the next 3 days sleeping? The brain is fascinating, isn't it? It's amazing how much it can do. I'm sometimes amazed thinking about the possibilities of the brain. Was Joan fascinated by her grandmother's stories of life in the 1920s? Isn't it frustrating when you want to say something in another language, but you don't know the word? Were you frustrated after trying to fix the PC all morning? Don't you find London a bit overwhelming? Is the translation overwhelming? Did Julie feel overwhelmed when she had to move to a new house to get the job and learn to drive and all at the same time? That's overwhelmed. Okay, and for this you need to know how to do the regular past, obviously, of the regular verbs. This is very important. It's a nice hot bath, relaxing after a long day. Do you feel relaxed when you're sitting in front of the fire with nothing else to do? Yes, I feel very relaxed when I'm sitting in front of the fire with nothing else to do. Okay, so this is what you have to do. You repeat all the sentences. You can repeat a couple times, and I'm sure that you're going to get this grammar point right. It's not so complicated. It's just using the ing or the ed in different ways. Okay, so here I have a group of words. I want you to do some homework. Okay, I want you to do your own sentences with all these words: satisfying, satisfied, okay? Satisfecho, satisfactorio. Okay, so we have, you have a few words that you're going to use as to describe something or as to describe how you feel or how someone feels about something. Okay? So, yes, this is the main difference. The ing, description, past participle, how you feel. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this video about the gerund versus past participle adjectives, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks very much.